Hey, this is Coach Jason. Welcome to my Win Your Days channel. Win Your Days is all about men rising up to win in life, love, and business. Every man at one point was a boy. Think back on your childhood, right? Maybe you joined a sports team of some sort, and that boy inside of you imagined greatness, whether it was a little league baseball team, football, soccer, whatever it was. As boys, we imagined ourselves playing great. We imagined ourselves in a big stadiums, playing big games, championships. Maybe you imagined yourself like I did as a pro athlete. And that was our dream. That was what we were going for. And then a little bit of time goes on, and maybe you quickly or sooner than later realized that dream of big stadiums or pro ball, maybe that wasn't going to happen. Maybe things didn't turn out the way you thought they would. Maybe you didn't turn out to be the athlete that you imagined yourself in your mind as a boy, and that's so common. And when it happens in that moment, you might get a little bit down on yourself, a little bit discouraged because you're kind of letting go of that greatness, that dream, what you thought was possible. And then maybe you go on to, you finish up high school and you start the workforce right away, or you go into the military, or maybe you go off to college, right? And again, these dreams of greatness come into our minds as young men because I believe God built you for greatness. He built men to be great. So in the military, you're thinking top notch, Navy SEAL or some kind of special forces, right? And or you go into the workforce and you think, I'm just going to dominate my space. I'm going to be an entrepreneur and I'm going to begin to crush it. You read stories about, how Amazon started, how, things about Warren Buffett or the greats, right? But then maybe life goes on a little bit and things don't shake out as you thought they would, you thought they could. The greatness doesn't seem like, and it seems so elusive, right? The dream, and you kind of open your hand again, and you open your heart again, and the dream for greatness seems so elusive. And again, what happens in a man's life is he can get discouraged, he can get down on himself. You think, man, why can't I win? Why can't I get some wins? Why can't I have the income that I want, that I dream about, that it seems like so many other people, so many other men are achieving? Why can't I have that life? Why can't I provide for my family, for my kids like that? I get it, man. I've totally been there. I want you to know, here's where I want to encourage you this morning, or today, whenever you're listening to this, is that the sports arena may have ended for you. Literally, basketball, football, baseball, tennis, volleyball, whatever it is you're playing, those days may be over, those playing days. But the arena of life, where it really counts in a man's life, did you think about this? In sports, at some point, your career is going to end. No matter how good of an athlete, no matter how long the career, it always ends. The playing days end. But the biggest stadium, the most significant stadium that you'll ever play in as a man is the stadium of life. And if you're still breathing, you're still on the playing field of life. And that's the mindset that I want you to have. You're still an athlete in the game of life. The problem is many men have stopped playing, even though they're still in the stadium, or they don't realize they're in the stadium of life playing the biggest game. And when it really matters most, where it really matters most is in the game of life. And I want you to see that, because everything that you hold near and dear to yourself, which is really relationships, the people that you love the most, they're down on that field with you and they're counting on you and they're looking for you to lead, to be, to provide, to now, now I say provide, right? Certainly finances is in that, but it's not number one. It's not even in the top three. The emotional support, the encouragement, the belief that you can show in your loved ones, in your kids, that matters so much more than financial. And men don't see that. I understand we're built to provide, we're built to build, we're built to create. That's how God created us in his image, and he's the creator, so he created us to go create. But the number one thing that you can provide as a man on the playing field of life is a sense of belief, a sense of aspiring your loved ones to a higher level. And that's where it really matters. That's where you can win in life. And you might be thinking, well, it's too late for me then, Jason. Man, this is you're discouraging me even more because I can't win. I already went through a divorce. You might be thinking, well, you don't know my past. I already blew it with my kids. My kids don't talk to me, or my relationship is strained, or you're going through the teenage years. You know, your kids. I remember those years. I've raised 4 kids, and 2 of them stayed on the straight and narrow, so to speak, and the other 2 just did their thing, man. And they said, Dad, I don't know who I want to be, but I don't want to be you. And boy, did they test us. And so there's times like that. Maybe you're going through times like that. And I just want to encourage you that you might think you can't win because of your past. I don't want you to project your past into the future and go, well, my future is going to be like this because my past was like that. Not so on the game of life. You absolutely can still win. You can stage the greatest comeback of all time. Imagine, like, okay, I think back on the 2017 Super Bowl, and that was when New England Patriots were playing the Atlanta Falcons, and the Atlanta Falcons dominated. They dominated. There was like 17 minutes left in the game, and the Falcons were up 28-3. No team had ever come back from that deficit of that size with that little bit of time left in to go in the game. And you think about when you watch your favorite team play, or when you watch sports in general, is it like, are you sitting on the edge of your seat when your team's up by 30 points or 50 points and you already know they're going to win? Like, that's kind of boring, isn't it? Or when, like the 2017 Super Bowl, when the Falcons are up by 28-3, and everybody's thinking there is no chance. This has never happened before. As a matter of fact, a lot of the fans left. They left the Super Bowl. They paid thousands of dollars to be there, and they're like, forget it. It's over. There's no hope. 28-3. They're not coming back. And then what happens? Right? What is more exciting to watch? The team that's up by 30, and you think there's they're just going to win, and like they're blowing them out. This game is boring. Or is it more exciting to watch a team come back when nobody gave them a chance, when everybody thought there's no hope? Isn't that when you sit on the edge of your seat, or perhaps even stand to your feet, and you begin to watch the momentum shift? Because that's what happened in the 2017 Super Bowl. All of a sudden, Brady makes a play, and you can kind of sense the momentum shifting. And you kind of, then they score. Like, oh, all right, so 28-11, now there's 15 minutes to go in the game, whatever, right? Like, is this really possible? But then the defense makes a play. Then the offense scores again. Now you sit on the edge of your seat, right? My point is, you begin to watch the comeback. The comebacks are what we live for, and that's where I want your mindset to be. The comebacks is what you live for. So you might think you're too old now, too much time has gone by, your kids are grown, they won't talk to you, or you're gone through the divorce, or the business failed, or whatever it is. Stage a comeback. You're still on the playing field of life. It's not over. Some people say it's not over till the fat lady sings. I'm not sure where that came from. It may have been a circus or something like that. But I say it's not over for a man until the man gives up on himself. And I'm here to encourage you that the way to win in life is to put yourself back in the game, is to realize you're still breathing, so you're still out on the playing field. You can make a comeback. You can be the man that you have always known you're capable of being, the encourager, the one that helps people around you see themselves in a different light. Don't quit on yourself. Stay in the game, stage the comeback, whether it's the marriage or a relationship, right? You may have gotten divorced and it may be messy. You might think there's no hope, but I'm telling you, you're breathing, there's hope. You can, as much as it has to do with you, you can stage that comeback. And one of my favorite Bible verses is Hebrews 12:11. Not 12:11, I'm sorry, 12:1, where it says, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, there it is. You're in the stadium of life, surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, all the saints that have gone on before you, that have run the race, that have fought the fight. Now they're watching you and they're cheering you on and they're saying, don't quit. You're still in the game. You might think you're knocked out, but you're not. You're still breathing, so there's still hope. You're in the stadium. Get on center field, center court, and start making plays again. Start believing in yourself, and they're cheering you on. Therefore, run with perseverance. This race that's marked out for you. You got a race that's marked out for you. You got loved ones that are looking to you. You got loved ones that you think that have given up on you. Well, they love comebacks too. They may not say that, but deep down in a man's heart, it's just wired in us to love the underdog, to love comebacks, to cheer people on. And you're being cheered on. I'm cheering you on. That relationship's not dead. Like, it has life left. There's impact and influence that you can have in it still, no matter what that looks like. The business, okay, if one failed, start another one. I can't tell you how many businesses I've started that have failed, right? Most of them have. But there's some, like Win Your Days. This is my life's work. You don't even have to pay me to do this. I want to help men win because I just believe that's what we're created for. We were created for greatness. So I don't want men to settle for anything less than that. And me allowing you to settle for less than your best and less greatness, it's like letting the enemy win. John 10:10 says, the thief, the enemy, Satan, the devil, comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And when we give up and we don't realize we're still playing the game, we're still in the stadium, we give up. We let him steal, we let him kill, we let him destroy. It doesn't have to be like that. Stage a comeback. That's the word for today, I guess. Stage a comeback. That is how winning is done. And I'm here to encourage you. Win your days. Stage the comeback. Day by day, little by little, inch, claw, fight your way back. Like Rocky later on when he's coaching, he's like one round at a time. It's like, I think it's something like one round at a time, one punch at a time, one step at a time, something like that. Just little by little, make progress. You got this. I'm cheering you on. This is Coach Jason, Stadium of Life, biggest stadium you'll ever play in. Like, subscribe, follow, pass this on. We need more men. This world needs more men that are willing to step into the stadium of life and win. Win your days. If you do that, you can't help but win your life. God bless you.